Hi. So this will be my first attempt at recording a yoga video for you guys, so please bear with. I am obviously in a beautiful hallway at my in-laws. So that's this. And I'm not a master at camera angles, so please be forgiving of my inexpertise around the actual videoing part of this. My intention for this practice is to have a reflective space to experience the connection to grounding. So I want to begin with a moment of breath and meditation in which I want to invite you to really notice your connection with the ground. And then also, like, outside of the physical ground, like, what are the senses in the practice that are grounding you, not only in the practice, but also in that sense of like the internal quiet space of self, right? And so as we move into physical motion and asana, I'd like you to stay really present with your physical connection to the ground and also like with the grounding action of the breath in your body as we move. There'll be some places where I might invite you, see what happens with this firm foundation. If you begin to experiment or, improvise a little bit with your arms, and then stay mindful of what it feels like to have that firm foundation. And one of the places that I think this is really an interesting parallel is that for right and left brain, the left brain, as the logical kind of like, let's, make sure that everything's okay and figure this out together, part of the brain, like when that part of the brain feels satisfied and connected and grounded, then the right brain, which really is the kind of storehouse or warehouse of the improvisation and creativity of course we're oversimplifying here, but by and large, that when the left brain is satisfied and you feel secure, I guess, and safe, that the right brain really has a lot of place to play and to experience and to kind of luxuriate to an extent in the sense of possibility, of wonder and awe, and all of those really like basking in the sense of something that is like the sweet spot for the right brain. So just kind of sitting with some of that information as we settle in. So please find a comfortable and settled seat for your body. You might want to stack a couple blocks up, or sit on the edge of one of our little black bolsters or a folded blanket. If you're trying this practice at home, you can use whatever, a neighbor, your nephew, also pillows and blankets. And even sometimes if you have a nice thick book around, you could use that in replacement for the block on one of its lower kind of flat settings. So let's begin. Take a comfortable seat. If it feels comfortable to you, please go ahead and let your eyes close so that you draw your awareness into the internal space. And as always, if you don't feel comfortable in this moment closing your eyes, that's just fine. Please just turn your gaze downward and draw your awareness in towards your own experience and your own container of being. And please begin just noticing your breath in your body as it is right now, without the need for it to be different. If you notice a lot of activity in your mind, that's okay. And see if you can acknowledge that activity and then let your attention sink a little deeper into the part of yourself that always is a still, quiet place. Be able to hear some background noise around me. There's a grandfather clock to this side, two cousins playing games over here, and a whole crew of family downstairs talking and watching football. And just like in this little world in which I am right now, our world is not quiet, nor is it often convenient. And so even more important perhaps, like we get to drop into that internal quiet space, even when the rest of the world isn't really supporting that condition. And now begin the process of lengthening your exhalation. Gently and with purpose. Noticing the length of your inhale and then extending the path of your exhalation a bit longer, 2 seconds, than your inhale. As you exhale, you may notice the way your body experiences a sort of homecoming, moving back towards center. And whatever surface you're sitting on, you may notice that your sits bones begin to really make deeper contact, or that you can experience that contact in a deeper way at the depth of your exhale. And with your next out breath, let your shoulder blades descend down your spine, moving away from your ears. Keep your heart lifted. If you notice your mind attaching to some thoughts or taking a little mission on the side, gently, with a lot of kindness, draw it back to the breath as an anchor, as a grounding. Just sitting with your breath and your body in this moment right now, with as kind and curious an attention as you can muster. And enjoy another 2 or 3 rounds of breath. And when you come to the end of your next exhalation, please make your way into standing. And we'll begin. Grounding down through your heels. You might press your heels away to the outsides, keeping your feet firmly planted. And stay mindful of your connection to the ground as you inhale, raising your arms into Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands pose. And as you exhale, drawing your hands down to your heart and experiencing a deeper sense of grounding through your feet. Exhale to release. Inhaling. Exhale. Deepening your grounding. Releasing your hands on either side. Inhale to draw both arms up. And as you exhale, Swan Diver, fold forward into Uttanasana. You might want to rest your hands on blocks. I don't have any with me, so I'll use my Invisiblocks. Or inhale to take your hands to your shins, lengthening the crown of your head forward. And exhale to fold forward into Uttanasana. And just come through the same pattern. Inhale to extend. Notice the connection of your body to the earth and of your breath to that sense of centeredness and grounding. And exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana. Ardha meaning half in Sanskrit. And exhale, Uttanasana. And once again, inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana. Even if you're maintaining a bend in your knees here, you can still experience that sense of grounding into the earth, possibly even more deeply. As you exhale, you might want to rest your hands on your blocks if you have them, and then stepping your right foot back, keeping the back heel lifted in this basic lunge. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, lengthen your front leg. You can always, again, maintain a bend in your knee, pressing into the ball of the toes all the way across this front part of your foot. Inhale again to bend your knee and extend, keeping the crown of your head long. And exhale to draw back, lengthening your leg. Inhale again to bend. Exhaling to draw back. This time, please rotate your right heel down, angling it in a 45-ish degree angle. And staying with your breath here, really noticing that sense of grounding. You might even feel gravity working on your hips. You can take a hand back to check if your sacrum is more or less parallel to the floor. From here, walk your left hand toward the inside of your left foot, or maybe resting your hand on your foot, or towards the middle of your calf, or on a block to the inside. And spinning your back heel parallel to the back edge of your mat or to the wall behind you, perpendicular to your front foot. Inhale to float your right arm up into Trikonasana or triangle pose. Again, you can maintain the bend in your front knee if you need. Noticing your sense of grounding here. And find a little lift in the arch of your right foot. You can always look down if your neck invites that. And then staying with your breath, see what happens to your sense of grounding as you let your arm take a little improvisational movement. Front, back, sweeping around, whatever motion invites itself in your body. Maintaining that connection to the earth and your connection to your breath. And as you exhale, drawing both hands back down to the blocks or to the floor, bending your knee, lifting your right heel in the lunge, breathe in, and exhale to step forward, and finish your exhale in Uttanasana. Pressing your feet, inhale to standing, taking both arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to your heart. Coming back in to that sense of grounding and centeredness. From here, inhale to lift, and exhale to fold. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Stay mindful of the contact of your footprints with the mat or the ground. Exhale, Uttanasana. Again, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. You might notice the contact of your hands with either the floor or the blocks. Inhaling again, Ardha Uttanasana. And then keeping your right foot strongly grounded, you might bring your hands to the blocks or to the floor with as much of a bend in your right knee as you need to step your left foot back into lunge. And either resting your hands on the blocks or tiptoeing your fingers on the ground. Inhaling to lengthen your front leg, keeping the back heel lifted. And exhale to bend. Notice what changes with your contact of the right foot with the floor. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Again, inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to rotate your left heel down at a 45-ish degree angle. And staying here in this variation of Parshvattanasana. And again, you can maintain a bend in your right knee if that's helpful for your hamstring. And stay mindful of the contact with the whole surface of your right foot and the ground, wherever it touches. And pressing down into the base of your big toe and maybe even letting your pinky toe rest comfortably on the ground. And then gently as you're ready, being mindful of the connection with your left foot. You might walk your right hand to your foot or shin or even to a block inside your right foot. And inhale, Trikonasana on the side, triangle pose. Let yourself get settled and grounded here before we begin experimentation. Exhaling. Inhaling. And staying aware of that contact with the ground. And settle back into Trikonasana, maintaining a lift through the arch of your left foot. And again, with an out breath, release your left hand down, lifting your left heel, bending your right knee in a high lunge, hands on the blocks or on the floor. And exhale to step your left foot forward and fold. And then bending your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Really feel the connection of your heels with the ground here. And exhale, hands to your heart. Noticing again what it feels like to stand on both feet and be connected to the earth. And let's stand into some balancing poses. Taking both hands to your hips. Standing on your left foot. Inhale to raise your right knee. Exhaling. Maybe at first just resting either foot to the ankle. And this can be enough as you rotate your right knee out. Or to the calf. Or perhaps assisting your foot towards your thigh. And here again is another place to notice grounding. The more your leg presses into your foot and your foot into your leg, the more stability you have. Another place where you can drop your shoulders and let your heart stay lifted. And if you feel stable here, see what happens if you begin a little bit more experimentation with the arms. Can you stay grounded? Breathe in. Exhale to release. Pause for a moment and really listen to the echo of that movement in your body. Draw both arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And taking your hands to your hips, shifting your weight into the right side. Inhale, drawing your left foot to your right ankle. And then maybe to the calf, or if it's available in your body today. And letting your foot rest against the inner right thigh, pressing your thigh into the foot and your foot into the thigh. And if or when you feel steady enough, as you inhale, drawing the arms up, and exhaling to let your arms do a little experimentation while you maintain the groundedness through your right foot. Again, noticing your breath and that homecoming, not the base of your exhalation, releasing your left foot. Inhale to sit into Utkatasana, rotating your pinkies forward, feeling the weight of gravity, the weight of your physical container. And as you exhale, coming back to standing. Drawing your hands down, and either drawing your vision downwards and inwards or letting your eyes close here. Noticing each of your toes on the surface that they touch. Noticing your heel and maybe where your weight rests, whether it's the middle front of the heel or the outer back edges. And just noticing. And when you're ready, coming back down to a comfortable seat and returning to that breath. You might notice your heartbeat or a pulse in your hands or other parts of your body. When I notice this, I experience a kind of grounding or this support, knowing that life is living through me. And that all of these voluntary and involuntary processes in my body are a reflection of my connection to the natural world and the systems that continue life in that world, of which we are each a part. And please take a moment to acknowledge yourself, your body, your mind and heart, and the community with you. And then if you like, drawing your hands together, your heart center in the Anjali Mudra. And with your exhale, bowing your head to your heart to honor the wisdom that lives there. Namaste. Thank you for practice.